Okay, folks, we're gonna review the new Cable Light Libra 970 that just came out. I'll do the best we can, so y'all bear with me. The undercarriage on the machine, by the way, that's a 12-ounce Red Bull can. The undercarriage on the machine is roughly 17.5 inches long, and it's about 11.5 inches wide. Now the bucket is going to be 5.5 inches wide. Let's see, this phone. Right at, about 5.5 inches wide. And then it is roughly 5.5 inches tall. It's got a quick release. It's a pretty detailed machine. Of course, it's all metal. It's got pretty nice interior, as you can see. And that screen lights up in there as well. This little hatch, that's some switches for your ESCs. Of course, you don't need to mess with those. Here is where the battery goes, and then you turn it on with this button right here. This door is your pressure gauge up in there. Yeah, that's your pressure gauge. And then, of course, when you get it, all you have to install are these 2 footsteps on this side, and then here's the back. It's really a monster now. It's a pretty good sized machine. And then you have to install this little ladder rail. There's nothing to that. And then install these as well, and there's nothing to that. It's all pretty good detail. Like I say, it's all metal. And here's on these doors, there is the coolant thing right here for your hydraulic oil. And then this is the hydraulic filter. I thought that was pretty nice. And of course, naturally, here's your pump right there. It comes with a screw right here. You have to pull that screw out, and that's a vent cap. I added just a small amount of oil to it. You know, extended all the cylinders in and you know, made sure the tank was 3/4 full. But you can see the lights. Something I was a little disappointed over was this hood. You take this hood, and see that hood will fold all the way over, and you can skin it up, and you would think that's kind of one flaw that it has, but that's not a bad flaw. You would think that they would have an arm on it to, you know, stop it like a real one. That's one of the nitpicking things. Another nitpicking thing I would say would be the wire on the lighting. It should have been ran up, you know, up through here, hidden like on a real one where you can't see it, because it has so much good detail. The machine has very, very nice detail, and really those are the only 2 flaws, aesthetic flaws, that I found. Of course, I'm very picky, but you got your cylinder guards. Of course, the bucket will come off. Nice little mirrors. And then you got your cylinder guards right here. Of course, your cab guards. Now here's how it came in the box. It comes in this big old case, and I just took it out of the case. Of course, naturally the machine was in here, but this is pretty much how it came. This is the battery to it. It's a 3S 15,000 milliamp battery, and this is the screw that was holding the oil in where it wouldn't come out of the vent tube. And this is the little instructions. And then here's the transmitter. Of course, the transmitter was in a bag. I just took it out, you know, to make sure it ran. And it came with these wrenches. And I want you to check this out, y'all. This is the charger. Let's see. Pretty nifty little charger if you wanted to leave the batteries in it, but I wouldn't suggest leaving the batteries. And then this is just transmitter grips, and this is transmitter stuff, a few little extra springs and whatnot. And then there's a oil container in there. Now this machine has sound, lights, has everything but smoke. Now when you open that up, you just take your battery, and you can charge your battery one of three ways. Either with this barrel connector, you can charge it with a balance lead, and or you can charge it, you know, with the normal lead. I put it on this barrel lead for a minute, and it seemed that these wires got a little warm when I was charging it. So that may be something to look out for. But you know, the battery just slides in like that, and you can see the plug right here where you plug it in. Now let's turn the transmitter on. It's a very quiet running machine. It's pretty smooth, y'all. The machine is. Okay. All right, now we'll just turn the machine. Once you plug it up, you can leave it plugged up and just hit the button, but I wouldn't suggest that. I would always unplug it. But you turn it on, and then you hear all the ESCs making racket. Let's tuck that. Now, these lights right here indicate how much battery life you have. So there's the other little light inside of there. All right, to work the lights, see this little manual is very simple. It tells you what each knob is for. We'll run through them real quick. This knob right here is for the lights, or this switch right here, this one right here. You got your front lights, your cab lights, and then your boom lights, and then you hit it again, and then the rear lights come on. Of course, naturally, the front ones over there on the side come on as well. We'll turn them off. But then this switch right here is to the pump. Now the pump, I looked at the transmitter, the pump is running, they have the pump running at 25%. So we'll turn it on. You can barely hear the pump running. And you know, I do excavators and bulldozers in real life, and this is very, very close to scale. It doesn't move too fast. If anything, it moves just a shade bit slow. I would turn the pump up, you know, maybe another 3%, but I've got the pump on, so that's it spins very good. Let's see. But see, what I like about this, I can't much do it, but you can move both your sticks at the same time. So they've about got it set, you know, just dead on the money. I would turn it up 2 to 3%, you know, to get just a little bit more, maybe 2 to 3 more percent. But I think I'm gonna leave it alone because it's such a nice machine that I don't want to risk blowing a line. Now this is it's in what they call work mode, but if you push this button right there, that's travel mode, and you know, do your sticks. Of course, it's kind of hard to do with holding the phone. And then let's see, this is pretty cool. It does have sound. It kind of sounds like servo knot, but it's not servo knot. I want y'all to listen to the boom. Let me get it out of travel mode and back in work mode. See, the sound is pretty good, but it's, you know, I'm used to a servo knot. I mean, this thing is a motor. Now, let's put it back on travel mode. See if the track's flatter. Take it out of travel mode. Something else that's real nice about the sound on this is they've got it to this dial right here. You can turn the volume up or down. That's how you turn the volume up or down. See? You can turn it down. That's the volume, I mean. I thought that was pretty cool. And then, let me show you how this bucket works. Let me set it on the ground. Y'all watch this. Let me turn the sound off. Alright, here's how the bucket works. You use this switch right here. Y'all watch this pin right here. And then you can pick your bucket up. See, it's pretty slick. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. Let's see, yeah, we can get it one-handed. Well, I thought we could. It's heck getting old, y'all. But anyway, let me just set it back up here. We don't want to spend too much time on it. But the bucket is a monster. Now that just locked it. To give you an idea of how large the bucket is, that's my fist. I'm, you know, 5'8", or I mean 5'10", 5'11". About 180 is what I weigh, and my fist fits in there no problem. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool machine for the money. This is the sight glass for the hydraulics. I think pound for pound and dollar for dollar, you're not gonna beat it. And I think if you want something that's nice and you want to be able to dig with it, you know, in the yard or, you know, play around with it, I really think that this is gonna be a good contender. Sure, it costs a little bit more money, but the hydraulics are very smooth on it. I mean, like I say, the only flaws that I've found on it, and I'm picky, is I think they should have had some kind of stop on this, and I think they should have rerouted that wire. And something that I forgot about was like these holes in the boom where they put the boom together. I was a little disappointed in that, but I mean, excuse me, it's not a Fumotech. Of course, it's not near the quality of the Fumotech, the German stuff, but it's a pretty doggone good machine. And you know, I think that they'll come out with some attachments, and like I say, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, you can't beat it. And of course, you got to put your decals on, and but the only way that you can get better is something like a, you know, like a Fumotech, or, you know, a real high-end German model with a high-end transmitter. But I think pound for pound and dollar for dollar, this is the way to go. I'm gonna piddle with some of the mixes on this thing, because I want the pump to kind of kick on and turn off when you move the boom and the stick and the bucket, and then maybe work on the sound a little bit more, fine tune it, provided that it can be fine tuned, and provided that I can fine tune it with this transmitter. Like I say, that's not servo knot sound, but it sounds pretty doggone good. And you know, I've done radio controlled since I was 11 years old, and I'm 47, and I'm pretty picky when it comes to radio controlled stuff. And I would have to give this machine on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the least and 10 being the best. I would have to give it a good solid 8. And the reason I give it a good solid 8 is it's a pretty nice machine. I mean, a solid 10 would be, you know, a servo knot transmitter, a Futaba transmitter, and a good solid 10. The wires would be hidden. There would be no screw holes in the boom, and stuff like that. Just nitpicking stuff. But overall, I think it's a pretty good model. And I believe if you get one of these models, I think you would be very, very pleased with it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Never mind the nasty D4 in the background.